For millennia, before federal regulations or scientific studies, and before Western ships met our shores, the Sugpiaq and Ahont-Yu peoples have mastered the language of the sea and the wisdom of its creatures.
Why is subsistence important to me? Back in the 60s, we were extremely poor. We grew up on powdered milk, powdered eggs, and so fishing and seal and clams and, bear, deer, what we grew up on.
We're not the kind of people that are going to depend on Monsanto to come out with some kind of food that we can eat. We want to eat natural food. And that's, that's what kept us healthy and going.
Subsistence way of life it keeps you healthy. You got all this stuff that you got to do. There's a lot more to hunting than just getting up and pulling the gun.
It used to keep us in shape. I remember even, in the village and in Prince William Sound, you never saw obese men. Everybody was always in shape. They were being active and hunting and doing trap lines and so on. And they were some pretty strong guys back then.
One of the biggest ones too is share. If I have and you don't, I share with you. The majority of our people, when they have a deer, when they have salmon, when they have whatever they have, they don't keep it. We give it to others, making sure that others have.
We only harvested what we needed. We didn't try to get more than the other person. And if you did have more than somebody else, you usually shared with them, because we didn't want anybody in the village, of course, to go hungry.
The taboo is don't shoot more than you could take. There's a saying back, too much no good, plenty all right. That Don Kumkop saying, too much no good, plenty all right.
We always had something. We didn't have a whole lot, but there was always enough.
I'm thankful that I have a past that originated in Alaska, and especially on the Prince William Sound. A lot has happened, and I believe a lot more will happen.
During that oil spill time, we were all getting ready here for our spring and waiting for things to kick in. And then we get notified that the oil spill occurred.
The oil has spread deep into the isolation of the Alaskan wilderness. In one arm of Prince William Sound, a small cleanup crew is dwarfed by the vast pool of oil that spreads around it. With the spill moving out of control,
it really made a big change in our lives.
I finally went back out in Prince William Sound about 2 years later. I really didn't want to go, and I didn't want to see it. And it smelled different. It smelled sterile. It didn't have that ocean smell that I remembered as a kid. And anytime you ran a boat anywhere, there were always seabirds always flying out ahead of you. They were everywhere. And I didn't see any seabirds when I went out there after that. So it just seemed like a dead zone to me. It was devastating.
But people weren't as happy because that relationship you have with your environment is that's all that matters. And that relationship with the land and the water is now questioning you, is it edible? Can I feed this to my family?
I do have some concerns securing our fisheries in Prince William Sound. We have to protect that. That's what we are trying to help teach our kids. If we lose that, that is one of the most integral parts of our culture.
And a lot of the foods we eat nowadays are delicacies. Back then it was a necessity.
All of them playing a very important role to the very first red salmon that comes here, to that very first taste of that red salmon. It's amazing, that flavor. You wait for it all year long for that very fresh one to come along.
I think all salmon is important to our village for our survival. All our natural resources. the different natural resources we have, because we have so many. We're so blessed here. We're so lucky.
We're still here. We still matter. We're still living our traditional, or trying to hang on to our traditions and culture.
We need to preserve our culture. We need to share our culture. And there are many things that anyone can benefit from in our culture that they won't have if we don't share it.